AI, ChatGPT, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, to name but a few, and now Microsoft's Bing. So AI is definitely the hot topic for 2023. It's been the hot topic actually for quite a while, but we saw at the beginning of this year when Microsoft launched Bing, things got real. So I want to talk about it in this video and give you my perspective. So I've been a programmer and an engineer for the last 2 decades, and I've also been working in the startup community for the last 10 to 15 years. So I've seen a lot of pitches about new companies. Some of those involve AI, and I've also got a good understanding of how programming and technologies like these work. So I'm going to give you my thoughts about ChatGPT. Initially, I was probably in the camp of feeling quite spooky about it. It did seem quite powerful. So the hype for me initially was real. I was watching how this chatbot could respond, speaking about ChatGPT in particular, and just being amazed and a little bit scared about what it could do. And then I found out that it could actually write simple programs, and because programming had been my living up until that point, I was feeling quite threatened and pretty defensive and dismissive. And I think that's a normal human emotion reaction to have. But stay with me, because I'm going to hopefully help relax the mood a little bit, and I'm going to be the voice of reason and rationality. And my prediction is, I don't think AI is going to take anywhere near as many jobs as people are scared about. And I actually think it's going to be a great tool for you to start using, because I believe it's going to make people more productive, and that's the more likely scenario than the Orwellian dystopia of where the robots take over and then we own nothing and are happy, according to some people. So let's dive right in. So I want to start with, what is ChatGPT good for? Because there is so much hype around this. Like, if this is the actual nucleus of the value proposition that ChatGPT can actually live up to, then the hype is out to the horizon in every direction. So I've been daily driving ChatGPT for, I don't know, probably a couple of months now. And one thing I think that Microsoft have got right is they have picked the right place to launch an AI technology, which is in search. Because that's what I've been using it before Microsoft launched Bing, or relaunched Bing with ChatGPT powering it. It is remarkably good at getting you relevant information a lot faster than Google. Just to give you a quick stat, Google's performance, about 40% of the searches result in people not going with the top result. So that means someone will search, and 40% of the time they'll click the first link, and they'll come back out, and then they'll search again. Now, ChatGPT is very different. It doesn't give you a whole bunch of links. It basically just answers your question. And this is marvelous for a couple of things, because when it gets it right, it saves you so much time. So I use ChatGPT, for example, for summarizing a technical manual. It can do programming. So one of the things I like to get it to do is to summarize a technical detail for me. Otherwise, I have to read the whole manual, or I have to go and read maybe some Stack Overflow articles. Yeah, I do use Stack Overflow. I have to admit that. Doesn't everybody? So it's really great at summarizing lengthy technical documents or finding relevant information. And I think this would be amazing if you're working in the legal sector. If you're in paralegal, ChatGPT is going to be your friend. There is an important caveat, however, and that is sometimes it will get it wrong. It will give you information that is just downright incorrect sometimes. So I want to explain how ChatGPT works in a way that's accessible and doesn't have too much technical jargon, just so that you can feel a bit more comfortable. I think if you understand how it works, you'll feel a lot less spooked out by what it's actually capable of doing, which is kind of feeling like it's sentient, which it's not. So how is it possible that something which is not sentient can answer a question like this? What has a wet nose, wags its tail, and is loyal to humans? It's not a joke. We all know that the literal answer to that question is a dog. But computers don't know things. They don't cognize things in the same way that we do. So we have to come up with a way to cheat. And ChatGPT just happens to be the best cheater on the market right now. So what they've done is they've taken all of the responses to that question, or similar questions, and they basically put that into a mathematical framework where ChatGPT selects the most probable answer based on past answers. So imagine just seeing every answer to that question. Now, some might be silly, like, what is this animal? People have said a house. But that particular answer won't come up very often. The most probable one, which is the true answer, is a dog, because most responses, which are on the internet, by the way, because that's where this data comes from, will be hopefully the correct one. And I say hopefully because we're dealing with the internet, and the internet is the Wild West. There is another component to how ChatGPT works, which is building a little bit of randomness to that response. If it kept giving the same answer over and over and over again, then it wouldn't feel very creative. So there is a little bit of randomness in how it selects the most probable result. It's not always the same one every time, and sometimes it may actually pick the one that's really not probable, which will seem surprising, which looks like creativity, but it's actually not human creativity. That's a different thing. And I have actually experienced this when I've been using ChatGPT to help me program. I've asked it to write a short program to do something, and then I have copied and pasted my question verbatim, given it back to ChatGPT, and it's given me a completely different answer that was wrong. And that's another tell that this being is not sentient. If it was really sentient and expert in programming, it would have known that it was making a mistake, and it would have stuck to its original answer. So that's one of the tells that what we're dealing with here is not sentient. The robots are not coming for you in your sleep. You can rest easy. So to sum up, these technologies are going to be, in my view, a way to make you better, not replace you. If you can get hold of this as a tool and have that mindset of this is going to help me be more efficient or be more creative, then that's the right attitude to have. And my experience of ChatGPT has been exactly that. It has helped me be more productive because I spend less time searching for information and more time in the creative mode of thinking, well, how do I actually want to spin this? How do I want to talk about it? Or in the case of programming, I can get on with the actual task that I needed to do rather than being stuck with a particular bug or problem because I have some knowledge gap somewhere. I can very quickly fill that knowledge gap and get on with the job. So what I really want everyone to harness here is AI is going to be a fantastic opportunity, but it's going to be probably similar to how when computers and the internet came along, which is it helped people be more productive. When we got better search, we got more productive because we spent less downtime trying to find relevant information. And I think ChatGPT could, if it lives up to the hype, really take us to a new level.